The second comparison is between who? The angels and Adam alayhi salam. When Allah said He's going to make a Khalifa on the earth, what did the angels say? سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. What did they say? أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاء وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ. Are you really going to put someone on the earth who will make corruption and he will spill blood, he will kill, he will murder, he will do war, he will commit crimes? Are you really going to do that? We are already here. We do tasbih of you. We already do tasbih of you. Did the angels question the decision? Yes. Allah was going to create the human being and the angels asked, is this really a good idea? They asked, didn't they? Now what do you know about angels? Do angels ever disobey Allah? No. Do angels ever disrespect Allah? No. The angels are always obeying Allah. وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. They do whatever they're told. And they are musabbihun. They're always doing tasbih of Allah. They never, ever, ever disrespect Allah, ever. But how come they ask this question? This question seems like they're questioning Allah. You know what we learn from this? We learn that when you ask questions about what Allah says, when you ask questions about what Allah says and you are respectful, there's a difference. There's a respectful way to ask a question and there's an arrogant way to ask a question. When you ask questions respectfully, that is not disobedience to Allah. You have the right to ask questions when you don't understand something. If the angels can ask Allah, you can ask your sheikh. It's okay. It's okay. Even Allah can be asked a question. You understand? You know what happened nowadays in so many places? Somebody is teaching you deen. They're teaching you tafsir. They're teaching you aqidah. They're teaching you a hadith. And you have a question. Sheikh, that doesn't make sense to me. Idhar Azra, I'll show you. Doesn't make sense to you? Show some respect. Don't ask questions. Just listen. We are discouraged from asking questions. Yes or no? If somebody's asking questions, they say this is waswasa from shaitan. Why are you asking questions? You have no right to ask questions. I say Allah is teaching us that even angels have the right to ask questions. And we have been given a status above the angels or no? We have been. We have the right to ask questions, people. We have the right to ask questions. But let me tell you, we have the right to ask questions, but Allah has the right to give whatever answer He wants. Listen to me carefully. Allah will give whatever answer who wants? He wants. Sometimes we ask a question and when our teacher answers it, we're not satisfied. Does that happen or no? Your teacher answers a question, you're like, that still doesn't make sense. It might happen. But Allah Azza wa Jal, when He answers a question, even if it doesn't make sense to you at first, you submit to Allah and you come in submission and you will begin to understand. If you say, well, you explained it, but I still don't understand, then He will never let you understand. That is arrogance. Angels ask the question, and Allah says, Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. I know what you don't know. I know something about Adam, you have no idea about it. Somebody remind me, what is the complaint of the angels? What is the problem with Adam? What is the problem with Adam? He will do corruption and he will kill. Yes? He will do corruption and he will kill. You know this is Surah Al-Baqarah. I told you, right? This is Surah Al-Baqarah. Right after the story of Adam alayhi salam is the story of Bani Israel. You know that? And when you read the story of Bani Israel, did they do corruption? Did they do corruption? Yes. Did they spill blood? Yes. لا تسفكون دماءكم لا تخرجون أنفسكم من دياركم ثم أنتم هؤلاء تقتلون أنفسكم. Allah describes in Bani Israel, the story of Bani Israel, that they did corruption and they spilled blood. When you read the story of Bani Israel, it makes you think, hey, wait a second, the angels were right. Because they said he'll be corrupt and he will spill blood. And that's what you read. And this was supposed to be the best nation, yes? إِنِّي فَضَّلْتُكُمْ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ, I gave you preference over all other nations. So it makes you wonder, what is Allah saying? How come He's saying He knows something the angels don't know? Because so far, when you read Surah Al-Baqarah, all you learn is the angels are right so far. It seems to be that they were exactly accurate. Human beings will be corrupt and human beings will spill blood, even when you send them prophets. Did Allah send Bani Israel prophets? Even then? Even then. But then how did Allah make His point? This is amazing, guys. This is what I find so beautiful. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. Allah taught Adam alayhi salam names of everything. All kinds of names. Adam alayhi salam was given vocabulary. He was given education. By the way, when he says al-asma'a kullaha, you know what he's talking about? He's not talking about Quran and Sunnah. He's not talking about wahi. He's talking about mountains and trees and oceans and rivers and fish and horses. He taught him names of all the things that he will see where? On the earth. Allah Azza wa Jal taught Adam alayhi salam language. And actually, to this day, everything you study, how many people are engineers in the audience? Engineers, show your hands. Accountants, anybody accountants? Doctors or medical profession? Medical profession? Okay. Doesn't matter which, or how many students are in the audience? Tell me how many students are in the audience. 3 students? MashaAllah. So listen, whatever you study, if you study medicine, if you study accounting, if you study engineering, does every one of those sciences have its own vocabulary, yes or no? It has its own vocabulary. It has its own terminology. The doctor uses certain terminology. The engineer uses different terminology. The accountant uses different terminology, right? And you know what? All of that terminology came from some previous science, which came from some previous science, which came from some previous science. And the beginning of all the terminology is the terminology Allah gave to Adam alayhi salam. Every single science you are learning is a child of what was given to Adam alayhi salam. It doesn't matter which book you're reading, physics, chemistry, history, philosophy, anthropology, sociology. Every word you are reading is actually a byproduct of the things given to Adam alayhi salam. It is amazing. You know what that means? That means we have to have respect for all the sciences. Because all of them actually, in one sense, are from Allah. All the sciences. Some young people come to me sometimes and say, I want to study deen, fi sabilillah. I don't want to study dunya. I say, what's wrong with you, young ullu ke pathe? What is wrong with you? When you study science, you are also studying the ayat of Allah. When you're studying history, you're also studying the ayat of Allah. We have to study deen and we have to study dunya, and we have to study them together, because this is the ummah of balance. Allah did not just teach us about Jannah, He also taught us about this world. The Quran wants you to go and learn. It wants you to go and learn. So this deen promotes education. Anyway, Adam alayhi salam was taught the names of everything. And then Allah brings him before the angels. فَقَالَ أَنْبِئُونِي بِأَسْمَاءِ هَؤُلَاءِ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Now you tell me the names of these things. Angels are being tested. Do you know the names of these things? And the angel says, Subhanak la ilma lana. No. Sorry, Ya Rabb, you are too perfect. We have no knowledge at all. We have no knowledge at all. Human beings know something, angels don't even know it. Human beings know science like angels don't even know it. Human beings know terminology and vocabulary like angels don't even know it. This is something Allah gave exclusively to who? Adam alayhi salam and his children. That's what He gave us. Now, here's my logical question again. I keep asking you difficult questions today. Here's my next question. What was the complaint of the angels? He will be corrupt, he will spill blood, he will kill, yes? And Allah says, let me give you the answer. Do you know the names of these things? And we say, no, we don't know. The angels say, we don't know the names of these things. There's your answer. That's not an answer. How does that answer the question that he will kill? How does that answer the question that he'll be corrupt? Let me add something more. I told you the names given to Adam alayhi salam leads to all the science we have in the world today. Yes or no? Now, is science used to kill people? Is it used to kill people? Yeah. Is science used to create corruption? Is technology used for evil reasons? Yes, it's used for good, but most of the time it's used for evil. Weapons, sometimes they're used for good, most of the time weapons are used for evil. So even the names that he taught him, did it lead to good or evil most of the time? It looks like it leads to evil most of the time. Allah says, that's my answer. I have taught him, I have not taught you. Why is that the answer? Allah is letting the angels know that He knows the potential of human beings. Human beings have amazing potential. And they will show like no other creation of Allah. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. The best of all creation. إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةِ. Allah tried to give the amana, this responsibility, to the skies, the earth, the mountains. فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا. Nothing, no creation of Allah could hold the responsibility, but Allah gave the responsibility to which creature? Human beings, to take care of the earth and to do it even though they have a choice to do evil. And so far, up until 2015, if you look at the history of the world, whether you look at Egyptian history, or you look at Babylonian history, or you look at Jewish history, or you look at Roman history, or you look at Mongolian history, what does it look like? Did we do corruption or no? Did we spill blood or no? We did. So far we have failed. But Allah knows something we don't know. Allah knows something the angels don't know. What does He know? Here's what He knows. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. That is how He made you the balanced nation, the middle nation. We, the Muslims, are supposed to prove to the angels that Allah was right. Listen to what I'm saying. Allah said He knows something the angels don't know. Up until now, it seems like the angels were right. But actually, Allah knows there will be this one ummah. This one ummah that will be shuhada ala nas. They will be witnesses unto all of humanity. They will rise to the occasion. They will be the perfect balance between deen and between dunya. They will be the perfect balance between men and between women. They're going to be the perfect balance between the spiritual and the material. These people are going to be the ultimate example of balance. And that's going to be us, the Muslims, because we have the most balanced book ever given. That is the Quran.